How was Khe Sanh supplied entirely by air? Imagine being cut off from all ground routes and having to keep a military base alive through the sky alone. That was the challenge faced during the Vietnam War at Khe Sanh. The base was under siege, and the enemy had closed off the main supply route, Route 9. Heavy winter monsoon weather also made overland travel impossible. So, the only way to keep the soldiers fed, fueled, and armed was through the air. Transport aircraft like the Lockheed C-130 Hercules and Fairchild C-123 Provider played a big role. These planes could carry around 20 tons of supplies per flight. But landing these big planes was extremely risky because enemy anti-aircraft guns and mortars targeted aircraft on approach, on the runway, and during takeoff. To reduce these dangers, the U.S. military developed special airdrop techniques. One of the most notable was the Low-Altitude Parachute Extraction System, or LAPS. With LAPS, a C-130 would fly very low, about 5 feet above the ground, at roughly 130 knots. It would then release a parachute that pulled pallets of supplies out of the plane's cargo bay. The pallets slid along the ground and stopped on the runway, so the plane didn't have to land. This method greatly minimized the risk of enemy fire hitting the aircraft. For smaller or lighter supplies, traditional parachute drops were used. These methods made up about 65% of all supplies delivered during the siege. Helicopters, especially the CH-46C Knight, also played a vital part. They could land in more hazardous areas and quickly ferry supplies or evacuate wounded soldiers. Despite constant enemy fire, helicopter crews kept working hard, completing over 1,100 missions and delivering more than 12,000 tons of supplies. Ground crews at Khe Sanh faced tough conditions too. They had to rush out to pick up supplies from the drop zones, often under fire. Sometimes they had to manually handle damaged pallets when forklifts weren't available. Interestingly, the base's water supply was not flown in because it was accessible locally, easing some logistical pressure. All in all, Khe Sanh was kept alive solely through air supply. The combination of large transport planes using innovative airdrop techniques, helicopters supporting the effort, and the relentless work of crews on the ground made it possible. This air logistics effort was a key part of the battle's survival and showed how vital air power can be in modern warfare.